fun to be able to see a guy like that who meant so much to this team and organization, you know, come back and say a few words to us. And obviously he has a lot of respect from, you know, the guys, not only guys he played with in this organization, but, you know, current players who don't know much about him other than just, you know, what we've been able to see, you know, on film.
This is going to be a special weekend. You know, he's going to get his jersey retired. We definitely want to make it special for him, you know, by letting him enjoy a good game. So, you know, it was great to see him.
And great to see the Brigantine catch of the week, or catch of the last 35, 40 years. Number 21 is not LT, it's Johnny Hadle to number 19, Lance Alworth. He only did that 83 times, still the career touchdown leader in Charger history. And he will be honored at halftime, retiring just the second number in franchise history. Lance Alworth, man, it is going to be a great weekend. A lot of guys showing up to pay homage to Lance and just the great career that he had. I want to get right to this film of us in the film room, some very, very funny moments with Lance Alworth. Take a look. I caught up with him down at the Charger training facility. Here it is. I got to tell you what an honor it is to sit here with Lance Alworth, former Razorback and, of course, Charger great. Lance, they're retiring the number tomorrow, and boy, it's got to be something else for you to go through this week.
Well, you know, it's been an emotional week, and I'm sure it's going to be more emotional tomorrow, but it's a great honor, and, you know, I'm just elated that my family's going to be here and they get to see this. I really feel like, you know, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but I feel like that this is probably a little more of an honor than that is, and mainly because they don't retire many numbers. It's just hard for me to realize that they're never going to wear that number again, right. You know, and it's a great honor, particularly to have that honor given at home and by, you know, by your team.
Right, and you'll be surrounded by not just the current Chargers, but a lot of former teammates and then the fans. I mean, there's going to be people there that watch you play.
No question about that, and you know, it's going to be fun to say goodbye, to say thank you and goodbye, because I never got a chance to say goodbye when I was here. I was traded away by some of the former owners, not the owners we have now. Right. Dean Spanos is probably responsible for this, and I thank him because I think he's looking at our decade and our time and giving us a little bit and trying to give us a little bit of history, and I don't know what you call it for our team, but just trying to give us something that everybody can hold to as time goes on. So I'm looking forward to it, as you can tell.
You watch this team now. You see Drew Brees do what he does, and you see Antonio Gates and Keenan McCardell, LaDainian Tomlinson. And what do you think? I mean, I'm sure that as innovative as you guys were with Sid Gilman and the passing attack that the Chargers had back in the 60s, you see little bits and pieces, don't you, when you watch this Charger offense work?
Well, you know, you always see little bits and pieces of things because they can change a lot of things. But, you know, this guy's terrific right here. I mean, he made a great catch on the sidelines, and really watching the ball in. It's fun to watch this from the end zone.
It really is. I guess when you start looking at it, and piece by piece, do you think that defenses, and it's normally the defense that has to catch up? I mean, do you see what the
well, see, you were defense, so you're
I was
defense
on defense.
trying to catch up.
We were always trying to catch you guys.
And we always felt like we were having to change everything because you were
right.
you were keeping us from doing what we wanted to do.
Well, for instance, a tight end like Antonio Gates,
you can't defend it. You can't defend it. You know, my feeling on him is that he is the premier end right now, as far as I'm concerned, tight end, and he can be one of the all-time greats. You know, if he finds out how good he is and how much he can control the game,
right.
He's gonna really be tough. But he is so good that it's scary.
And then you watch the offense work, and really you have to have that quarterback, as you know. I mean, you certainly had your Hadle and Drew Brees. You have to have a quarterback that has that precision with the passing.
Well, the great thing about Drew is that he likes the system that he's playing in. He's gotten enough time to where he can look everybody off, and he looks off a lot of guys. And that was a great pass to LaDainian, but you know, before that he looked over to his left and then he threw it over there, boom, and he knew who was open.
Right.
And so it's great to watch him perform.
And I have just a little bit more. You know, luckily the digital age was able to go back and save some of this stuff. This is what I like to watch. It's not LT,
that's John Hadle.
JH.
Hey, these were many years ago.
Uh-huh. Now you look at stuff like this. I mean, can you remember these catches? Do you remember these plays? And I mean, the touchdowns that you scored?
No, you don't remember those. You remember the ones you dropped.
The drops, huh?
As you know, you remember the misses. You don't remember the ones you catch. All those were, hey, that's done and over with and forgotten.
Well, I got to tell you, it's a lot easier for you to remember the drops because there were so few of them.
Well, I appreciate that, but I remember them.
Lance, looking forward to tomorrow, man. It's going to be great watching them retire the number 19.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
That's great, man.
Is that nice?
The best throwback jersey ever of all time. I will have mine with me this weekend to get it signed.
Now, does his game, if he were to be playing right now, could he have the same kind of impact that he did back in the AFL?
I think so. You know, he was just a smart football player, and those guys are rare and few, and he would definitely find a way to be successful.
No doubt. A couple of things to tell you people about this weekend also, not just paying homage to Lance, it's also the Charger annual holiday food drive. Just bring your canned foods, the non-perishables down there, and let's stack them up. A lot of families counting on it. The collection bins will be at all the gates for your convenience. Help the team sack hunger. And while we're at it, the blood drive is coming up. Blood critically low levels right now. November 22nd, down at the Town and Country Center, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Make sure you get down there. Blood Drive 27. As always, it's a lot of blast. And
Been a pleasure, buddy.
A blast.
Good seeing
Had a
you
great
again.
time. We'll see you next week on Charger Power Report.